figure out. Touch more, but it's better. There we go. There we go. Okay, so yeah, a lot of good stuff. It's the tee shot on 2. All right, first thing, obviously standing quite far from the ball, a little bit on your heels as well, but mostly, as I spoke to you about, okay, the shoulders aiming way left, pretty much where that ball went. Obviously, as we worked on it through the round, you started to drive it straighter and straighter. From there, a lot of good stuff, mate. Little bit of body work to do, that little bit of sort of movement at the top there. It's not quite solid enough, but otherwise everything else pretty happy with. Leg work and swing plane on the way down, tremendous. Delivery position of the club, brilliant. Possibly the hips can work a little bit harder, but not bad. Nice release. And lovely balance follow through. Okay, so this one I find interesting. So there's not a lot of technical work. And obviously from our session last month, a lot of good looking stuff. But you do have the propensity for a proper miss hit. It just comes out of nowhere. Now, a little bit of practice and just a little bit of neatness, I would say. So same sort of things I've just said from that tee shot on 2. So I don't like that move there. So I'm playing this video through where you kind of go more into your heels in the setup. Okay. And again, a little far from the ball. But let's just see these changes in angle here. Okay, so again, good looking swing. Little bit, could be a little neater there at the top, but not bad. I'll explain what I mean by neater. But change of direction, brilliant. Legs, brilliant. Swing plane, brilliant. Okay, and even from there, we can start to see the posture changes. So let's look at the amount of forward bend, your angles first. Okay, so definitely backing out, and then by the time you hit that thing, your back's at a different angle than when it started. Okay, and then obviously slight early release. You can see your head backing out. Okay, so a little back out, a little early release basically. So it just needs to be a little bit neater. Okay, so this little wedge here on 5 after a good tee shot. So this is a little move I'm talking about now. This ball position was better. Okay, this is a little move I'm talking about. Okay, so up to there, very, very good. Okay, now this is a short club. Happens more with the mid clubs and obviously a lot with the long clubs. Okay, so we're going to try and check this angle here. Alright, so watch what happens at the end of the swing here. Okay, there's a little bit of lean and then obviously that angle changes. Alright, now this is a short club A. B, a little downslope here, that move almost helped a little bit. Okay, but on a flat lie or longer club, it's definitely want to get rid of it. Okay, everything else, mate, very, very good. Okay, obviously still a slight early release. Okay, but we're definitely getting there. Balance and footwork, very good. This was a lovely shot. Hey, my mate. Thanks for a lekker morning. Obviously, it was fun, but sure, yeah, I learned a lot out there about where your game's at. In a positive way, mate. Like, it's really, to me, not going to take very much to reach that original goal. We might have to look at something a bit sort of a bit more long term and difficult than that. But we will talk about it. Anyway, so let's get into a couple of things you can see from your videos there. So very little technical work to do here, right? The only little technical thing is obviously that little sort of lean and change of spine angle, and change of balance points at the top of the swing. Okay, so I'd say it's pretty much the only technical work we have to do. Obviously, I isolated from there that there's this sort of change in posture, but those things are related. Okay, so just basically a neater body pivot. All right, we've obviously touched a little bit on the lower body. This is more to do with the upper body. Okay, so there's a little change of angle there, and then a little sort of back out over there, or change of angle this way. Okay, so we're just going to neaten that whole thing up. Your balance and swing work and tempo and footwork and stuff is actually really, really, really good. Okay, so then really just a lot of knowledge. Okay, just to improve your knowledge. All right, so simple things. Okay, the first thing obviously we isolated was very much setup related. Okay, so not an issue so much with the short clubs, but definitely driver, the shoulders way open or aiming left. Okay, sort that out. Okay, and then obviously quite far from the ball. Alright, then into the irons, still too far from the ball and too far on our heels. Okay, so just going to do some drills to get comfortable with that. Alignment much better. Okay, and then our stance width and ball position with the different clubs is very important. Okay, you tend to stay quite wide with that ball quite forward. Alright, it's not the one I'd ask you was 8 iron and another 8 iron that you hit on 8 or 9 iron that you hit on 4. Exactly the same thing. Okay, and just that's your strike position there. That ball position should be just forward of center, and that stance should be there. Okay, which takes me to the real weakness of the game, I think. I mean, obviously that little propensity for the top or miss hits is destructive, but it just comes from that move. Okay, so then the real weakness I would say of the game is really 30 to 100 meters. Okay, inside 30, fantastic. Little chip and runs. The chip over the edge of the bunker there on 7 with the lob wedge, bunker shot on 1. Okay, really good. The setup, the strike, the tempo, all looks really fantastic. Then take you to 35 meters. Okay, and then you stand like this, like you're doing a full swing, and you take a back swing to there. Okay, so we don't have these finesse shots from sort of 40, 50, 60, 70, that type of thing. And we build that into 80, 90, 100. Okay, and we turn that into attacking options. Okay, so obviously that'll also incorporate into our warm-up, but we'll start with those really and go, right, let's get electric here, sort of 40, 50, 60, and then from there change clubs, similar techniques, similar tempos, 70, 80, 90. Okay, I mean, when I say electric versus where you are now, you know, you should hit that thing within 5 meters 85% of the time. Okay, with your hand-eye coordination, your balance, your technique, your swing plane, 85% of the time should be within 5 meters. Everyone hits a bad shot now and then, and obviously of those 85, sometimes you hit some really close. Okay, so we're going to work really hard on that part of the game. All right, and then putting. Okay, now again, a lot of it's to do with knowledge. Okay, it's just not being able to, I mean, not practicing and playing enough, but not being able to read the degree of slope. And the angle that I'm riding that slope or fighting that slope at. Okay, so it's figuring out when is something. Okay, it's uphill right to left, but it's 3 degrees of slope, so it's huge uphill, and then massive right to left, and then dying on the slope. Okay, just that next level of reading green. All right, is up, and then technically I like your stroke. You don't always hit the middle of the face with the putter, but technically I like your stroke. But it's a little bit long backstroke on the short putts. So the little 3-4 footers, okay, it's quite a long backstroke. Okay, we're going to just compact that out and shorten that out. Okay, and be nice and solid within that meter circle, that holding out circle. Okay, so that's the plan all together. Not a lot of swing work, a lot of setup, trust, knowledge, ball position, launch angle, that type of stuff. A lot of that work. Okay. And then obviously that one little technical thing, that angle thing that we'll bleed out slowly. Okay, mate, thanks very much, really enjoyed it, and looking forward to our work over the next couple of months.